Since 1890, the Rescue Mission of Utica has provided a lifeline to thousands. Hi, I'm Kathy Cantino, and in the next 30 minutes, we're going to show you how this organization makes a difference in its services and programs. I hope you'll stay with us.
You know, it took me a long time to come to that realization about addiction, and that it starts with me first. It ends with me first. And the challenge of whether I want to continue on the right road and feel good about waking up every day. If I continue to do what I'm doing here, eventually I'll have a roof over my head of my own. I'll have a job I can go to. So it's plugging me in with future housing, future job opportunities.
Tell me, how does the emergency shelter work? How is it different than the other programs that the Rescue Mission is doing? What specifically? How does it work? Just walk me through it.
So, obviously this shelter is for men. All the people that come in, obviously, are homeless. And people have, not stigma, but they have a stereotype of homelessness. People think that because you have mental health or substance abuse, you know, you're deemed homeless. Well, guess what? I have people that work here. I have people that go through divorces. They come here, have no place to go. I have people, their family just kicked them out. Or I have transients, parolees. You name it, I have the gamut here. Homelessness doesn't discriminate. When a person comes in, they're broken. Mentally, physically, spiritually. Their wall is 10 feet thick and 100 feet high. It's about chipping away at that wall with their help. Obviously, with their help. I'm not going to do it myself because I want them to be engaged with their journey. All right, whatever the journey may be. Partner, assisted living, nursing home, treatment. So if you can picture a house, a ladder on the house, top run being one or many other we just talked about, and they're at the bottom. We do the runs to get them where they need to go. We also work with New York State Parole, Oneida County Probation, federal parole, federal probation. It's an amazing place. You know, when you come here, it's about learning things over again. Responsibility, hygiene, make your bed, clean around your area. You know, maybe people forgot or maybe people never did it. It's about retraining yourself to get the things that are out there. I'm full, by the way. I can go up to 59 guys. All right, my house is full.
Is there more need?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Do you have to turn people away?
Absolutely not.
What happens?
My leadership, my supervisors, Wendy Getz and Ernie Tallarico, we all sat down and they said, Abdul, take them in. You know, we're not going to let nobody stay in the cold. Okay. So what they would do is they would come in. We call the emergency DSS hotline, and we keep them in our day room. We have cots that we have in a day room until the next day. Next day we'll send them down to the county, or if it's on the weekend, Friday, Monday we send them down to the county.
Another exceptional program of the Rescue Mission is the Drop-In Center. This is a judgment-free zone where someone can come in, get a hot meal, and maybe even get some assistance. Tell me about the Drop-In Center. You're here 7 days a week, 365 days a year for people. What does the Drop-In Center afford individuals who are homeless?
So the Drop-In Center, we work with the street homeless population. We work with the population that has had the most difficulty being able to comply with traditional services, it be DSS or whatever. We are a low barrier program, which means we are meeting the clients where they're at. And what that entails is we have a great number of the clients we serve that are severe substance abuse, severe mental health, and meeting them where they're at is we will take them in here at the Drop-In Center. If they are under the influence, if they're high, they come in, we will take them. We do not turn them away. If they come in here high beyond a point that is medically safe or unsafe to the fact that they're having adverse behavioral concerns or whatever, and they could possibly be violent, then we will refer out either to the hospital or what other services they might need at that time. We don't do active use here on property. They know they can't actively use, but they can come in here under the influence. So we accept them here. We meet them where they're at. We build that relationship with them, and encourage them to, build that trust, to get them to eventually maybe go to DSS and work with them to complete the applications they might need, to get them to reach out to other providers that come in for substance abuse service, mental health services, all of those things. Sometimes it's just for them to come in off the street to get warm. To have.
Do you have a limit on how many people can come in?
For our overnight stayers, we have a limit of 25 that we can keep overnight.
What do you do in that case when you're over? And
So-
when the nights are cold, that's kind of hard to say to somebody, gee, I don't have another bed for you tonight.
So in certain circumstances, that's happened quite a bit, especially during Code Blue. What we do is there are times that we will make an exception. We will go over our number for that night if we need to, until we can get them to DSS in the morning to present. If we are well over, or if there's some reason why we are unable to take somebody, we call the emergency duty line, which is a worker from DSS. They work with us and other providers like ICANN Street Outreach to find alternative placement.
So Linda, let's start with explain what the Enriched Living Center is. What does it do?
So the Enriched Living Center assists individuals who have a mental health diagnosis, a mental illness diagnosis, and we assist them in everyday living skills, whether it's hygiene skills, medication management, coordinating their care to and from their appointments with mental health, physical health, and specialty appointments. We help them with cooking skills, anything that's going to help them better integrate in the community and meeting them where they're at. Some of them may be lower functioning with their mental illness, some may be higher functioning. So we meet them where they're at with that.
How many people do you serve here?
We have 52 individuals.
What's a room like here? Is it just the bed and...
It's single occupancy, so they have. I would relate it, or most closely related to like a college dorm, where it's a single room, twin bed, closet, TV, desk, but they share a bathroom.
And food is served, do you have like a dining facility or how is...
So food is served right here in the building. We have our food services, which they serve the community and they serve all of the programs on our campus as our residents as well. So breakfast, lunch, dinner, and they do provide snack for our residents in the evening.
We're now in Parker House. This is an aftercare program of the Rescue Mission. We're going to be talking to Dave Nicolette. So tell me about Parker House. How did that start? What's its goal?
Oh, it's been many years before I've been here 6 years, but it's been going on for many years before me. It is a men's aftercare halfway house, okay? Under one roof, we have two different programs. We have what's called the Parker House program, and we have what's called a DOCS program. Okay, DOCS programs, it stands for Department of Correctional Services. Okay, the Rescue Mission a few years back contracted with New York State for us to take parolees here that just get out of prison, and for them it's a 90-day halfway house, which means we help them get whatever help they need, whether it's an apartment, whether it's employment, whether it's substance abuse help, whether it's mental health, or maybe all of the above. So the Parker House program is a program for guys that have been in substance abuse inpatient treatment, okay? When these guys get out of treatment, they need a place to go. Instead of going directly back to an apartment, they come here to a halfway house. And the thing that makes the Parker House unique as opposed to other halfway houses in Utica is that we're faith-based. Okay, it is not a requirement for anybody to come in here that has to have a faith-based background. We welcome people that don't. But if somebody does, that's great too. But what we do is, in this 6-month program, we have devotions Monday through Friday, where every Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 8 o'clock in this same living room, we'll have probably 8 to 10 people around this living room. We hand out a portion of scripture. We have each person read it to themselves. And then I ask them, I say, tell me one thing that jumped off that page. And these are people that have never read the Bible before in their lives. And it's amazing the comprehension that these people pick up, and we all learn from each other, from what other people are seeing that I don't even see myself. You know, it's amazing. We're teaching these guys that Jesus loves them, regardless of their background, regardless of where they come from, where they're going. He loves them. And they're finding hope, and they're finding a reason to live and a reason to stay clean.
We're a residential treatment program under Oasis, and we provide substance use disorder treatment. The addiction stabilization, the key word is stabilization. We stabilize symptoms such as withdrawal, mental health, medical, and the substance use disorder, and help them get towards their next level of care or next step in recovery, whatever that may be that the person chooses to do. When someone comes here, we do an admission process, do assessments, obtain their information, what their weaknesses are, what their strengths are, so we can evaluate what they need and what we can help them do. The Rescue Mission of Utica peer engagement program works with the Oneida County Overdose Response Team, which is made of Oneida County Department of Health, Utica Police Department, HIDA, and peer specialists. So when someone overdoses and law enforcement responds, it goes on to real-time information, where it occurred, what is the drug of choice, what the information is, and then the peers receive the information so that they can respond to the person who's overdosed and offer motivation towards treatment, offer program referrals, assistance if needed, or even just a warm, how can I help you because of such the tragedy that occurred. Sometimes it's even just speaking to family or giving Narcan so it could prevent a further overdose.
Addiction is cunning and baffling. I can't explain to you why it hits the people that it hits, but I can say to you that it does not discriminate. It has no direction or no perfect person that it picks. It will hit. It's able to hit anybody. I help them navigate through. There's a lot of barriers, insurance, getting into treatment. Even the fact that a lot of people they want it and don't have no idea what it is. I'm able to give them that information. I'm able to help them process through Department of Social Services, help them make phone calls to get insurance so that they can be eligible to get into a program.
We're now going to introduce you to Tammy Brady, and she's with Community Services here at the Rescue Mission. We're also going to take a look at some of the great apartments offered.
Jamie Crow, she works here. She was a good friend and had told me a little bit about the program, and they were looking for somebody. And when I came in and looked around, I felt from the second I came in, this was where I belonged. I love helping people, whether it's from clothes to food to learning how to do things, help themselves. So I knew at that point it was a good place for me to start.
How long have you been with the Rescue
I've been
Mission?
here 3 years.
Let's talk about community service now. We're in a room with a lot of clothing. Is that one, or is that your major role, helping people find clothing to wear? Explain, I guess, what community services means.
Okay, so one of it is the clothing. Community services consist of the clothing room. It consists of the food pantry and doing other things with, I even do it with the drop-in center and rep pay. So what I mean by the clothing room is every Tuesday, we open this room up to the public so that they can come get some clothes that they need. Wonderful people who donate it for us. This is how we stay afloat with this. Every Tuesday is for the public. Doesn't matter if you have a job, you don't have a job, you need help, we help you. We also have very nice nurses who donate some of their scrubs. We've been helping people at the Wynn Hospital, which has been great. Community Services also works with the food pantry. We make sure that when you come down for your food, which is Monday, Thursday, Friday, it's from 9 until 11:30, and then again 12:30 to 2. The bags make sense, and what I mean by that is if I cannot take that bag home and make breakfast, lunch, and dinner for my family, then we're doing it wrong. I love helping people, and the Rescue Mission has gone as far as to let me host a cooking class with people. So even down to a burner. So I did not use a stove. I used a burner to show them anything in the pantry. I can help you make a meal out of it.
Explain the bag. You just mentioned the bags. They come and they pick up a bag. What's included in that?
So in the bag, we give you stuff to make breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You got your meats, pancakes, the syrup, the butter, the milk, the chicken that you're going to have. When we do get extra donations from other organizations that hold food drives, those are very helpful as well, because we give things that normally we can't get ourselves.
There's 42 apartments here at West Street.
Yes.
Talk about that program, first of all. How did that begin with developing apartments for members of the Rescue Mission?
So the Rescue Mission, when they built the building, the programs that they go through, like they have Shelter Care Plus, they have an E-Shy program that they run here. They also have what they call rent restricted here too. So you don't all have to be on a program. You still can get an apartment here. Jamie, the apartment manager, she's referred by either the county workers, Shelter Care Plus workers, or sometimes people that are in our all-men's shelter. They're completed their program, and they will come over here and they qualify for our apartments.
Claire, explain the payee program. You said it's been around for 45 years.
Yes, it's been around for a long time. So basically what happens is there are many people who live in our area that receive benefits. Just because they receive the funds doesn't mean they're necessarily capable of managing their money very well. So Social Security or other agencies help to decide when people aren't good at managing their money, and then they need to have a representative payee. Having a facility like ours is nice, is because then it takes that responsibility away from maybe family members who don't want to be the bankers, they just want to be the relative. Or in many cases, the people just don't have a reliable family or friends that can do that.
So what you do is you take care of paying for those people who sign up for the program.
Yes, we have about 450 clients. We process about $2.5 million a month. So all of their funds come to us, and from that we pay their rent and their major bills, utilities, Spectrum, a lot of those bills come to us too. And then we also provide the client with easy access to personal needs allowance, PNA. So that would be their spending money. Many of our clients utilize something like a TrueLink debit card. So that means every week their $75 or $100 or whatever their budget is would go on their card, and that would be the money they could spend at their own discretion, knowing full well they don't have access to their rent money or anything else, so that the money that goes on their card, if you spend it, it's fine. It's not going to mess anything up. It's just going to mean you're going to have less spending money for a couple of days.
How do you see the payee program helping individuals at the Rescue Mission get back on their feet and get back in control of their lives?
We have a lot of clients come through here that are street homeless, meaning they absolutely have nowhere to live. It took a lot to get you to that point, and the idea that you could turn around and be on your own again is really a lot to expect of a person. A lot of our clients will have been deemed incapable of managing their money through mental illness, drug addiction, and a lot of times there's family exploitation too. So we're the buffer between them getting money and then still having their needs met. So our primary goal is to keep people housed.
So what kind of things are you doing to raise money to help support all the great programs you're doing here at the Rescue Mission?
Yes, well, we have three main fundraisers every year. And we have a golf fundraiser in the summer. We have a gourmet gala in the fall, and then in February we usually have our Walk a Mile in My Shoes event. And throughout the year we'll do various small things, but those are the main ones that we do every year.
But you're always looking for donations. How about bequests, things like that?
Definitely. Those are a huge help. I always tell parents, make sure you tell your children why you give to the mission and why it's important to you. Express to them, why do you give to the mission to begin with, and what moves your heart to give to the mission. And always looking for bequests, tribute gifts, anything like that are always necessary, and we're grateful for that.
And if someone wanted to give to the mission, How do they go about it? Go to the website, go call here? Explain.
Someone can give in many numerous ways. They can go to uticamission.org and go to our website. They can drop a check off here at our administration building on Genesee Street. They can send a check to 293 Genesee Street. And, you know, any of those ways, they could just call us up and give us their credit card number over the phone. One thing I love about the mission is all the money donated stays local. We are not affiliated with other missions. Everything that's given here stays right here. We've been here since 1890, instilling hope and helping people. We are just here to help people become more healthy and more whole, and that's what we're all about. And if we can instill hope to one person and save one life, then that's why we do what we do.
I was on the path to death. Since coming into the mission, I am completely sober and enjoy every day that I'm alive. One thing that the mission has done to set me up for success is giving me hope that I can actually get my kids back. I used to see myself as worthless, and I always thought that's all I'd ever be. But since I came here, I've realized that it's all in the choices you make, and it's given me hope.
I'd like to introduce you to Rich Williams. Rich is a former client of the Utica Rescue Mission, and he's a board member.
So Rich, you're a former client.
Yes.
How did you find the Rescue Mission initially?
Well, I was an alcoholic, and it was actually through the addiction, at the time it was the Addiction Crisis Center, was the only place that would let me come in to detox and kind of get back on my feet. And so my first introduction was the Addiction Crisis Center. I actually have gone through that program 4 different times. The Addiction Stabilization Center, I was part of that when it became the Stabilization Center. And then I actually ended up in the men's shelter. I was homeless. I had a relapse. I was homeless. Ended up in the men's shelter. Edgar, who was in charge of the shelter then, helped me get into housing and then helped me get back into my career. I'm a registered nurse. Yep.
So you joined the board, and how do you see your experience being a client and now being a board member? How do you see that helping you make decisions for the Utica Rescue Mission and its programs?
Well, to me, it's always been client-centered. So I think I bring that client-centeredness to the board. I've been on the board for the last 3.5 years, and again, I bring a certain level of experience to that. Yes.
What do you see as the challenges facing your board right now? What do you see as those challenges?
I think with any board, it's any nonprofit, it's making enough money to make sure that your programs are running efficiently and you've got the money to cover them. And we have excellent community partners through the county, through the city, that we work with to get any funding that we need.
We're just looking for people that care and that want to be here to help people. And that's oftentimes what staff that we get that have been through our programs, they end up saying a lot of the times, and that's why they come back. That's why they want to be here, is so they can help other people, just like our staff previously, when they were in the programs, have helped them.
What drew you to the Rescue Mission?
I wanted to be in an organization that really cared about people. I wanted to know that my job every day, no matter what aspect of the job I was doing, what task I'm doing, knowing that those tasks are making a difference, it really, for me, indirectly, in the people that we serve every day.
There are so many different facilities that are under the Rescue Mission banner. Do you visit regularly? Do you go and chat with people that are working for you?
Yes, all the time. I'm probably one of the most employee-facing positions, so I get to interact with all of our employees. I try to be on campus and in the different programs as often as I can to interact with all 3 shifts of our employees, most of our programs being open 24/7. So I get to interact with all those different shifts from time to time.
You were talking about people who've come through the program wanting to come back. Do you also reach out? Say you have someone who really was outstanding in going through the program, and reach out to them and say, hey, do you think you'd want to work here?
Yes, absolutely. We reach out to former clients. A lot of times it's the supervisors that they still maintain that connection with people even after they've left our programs, so that they get the chance to follow up on their story and their journey, and see if they would be interested in coming here and serving other people. I would say that if someone wanted to work here, you get to make a difference in people's lives every day. You get to directly have an impact on the community and on people's individual lives, and help them in their own journeys.
The homeless shelter is a place of miracles and sorrow.
In your heart, you know there's somebody out there that needs help, whether it's from a pen to something to eat. Be there. The rescue mission is trying to help people come back to life.
We're helping these individuals, homelessness, substance use, mental illness. We're stabilizing them with the support that they may not have from family members or any other type of support out there in the community.
Since 1890, the Rescue Mission has been helping people in this community, and really have, over the years, has grown into being more than a hot meal.
I get emotional talking about it because I don't like telling about my past, but my past made me who I am today. I realize that, but the way I try to explain it is homeless people have a mother, their son, their father, their daughter, their mother, and they deserve, just like I did, 2, 3, 4, 5. I didn't get it the first time. It took me at least 10 times to get it. But guess what? Every time I went to that door, come on in, come on in, get out of the cold. So I try to carry that on to this day.
We're thankful. We're thankful for your support. We're thankful for the public and what they're doing behind the mission. We couldn't do it without everybody's help, and support. So
The Rescue Mission is a vital part of our community. Its scope and programs are far-reaching. It only takes one act of kindness or caring to change a person's life, and that's the Rescue Mission. You can learn more about us on our website or like us on Facebook. We hope you'll join us and help make a difference.